Hey guys, how you doing? This is jpsarrireviews coming to you once again with another video and another, I would say, piece of my blog. And I really wanted to talk to you today. I wanted to share, actually, more than talk. I wanted to pretty much get it out of my system, really express my feelings in regards to some things that have been happening, around here, around my channel on YouTube that really bother me, and it really bothered me a lot. And I want to share it. I feel that it's good to express yourself and to share how you feel about things and about certain things and even about certain people, because sometimes, it's hard. As many of you know, I've been in this channel for quite some time. I have expressed that, several times. I've been doing this for, I would say, it's going to be 7 years. By the end of this year, I'm going to be 7 years in YouTube. I started as a hobby. It was just a hobby, just to pass time. And it just, took off. From that moment on, I was in pretty much creating content and doing things and doing that. And at first I wanted to please everyone. I wanted to be like everyone. I wanted to copy every person that I could. Learning from everyone and really learning and taking it in more like a hobby, like a, part of me being creative and just having fun with it. And it definitely became a passion that took over everything else. I was talking to a friend recently about it. It became more important than my collecting. It became more important than, it has become more important than just owning the next thing, buying the next new statue or having the next omnibus or having the new game system. Is about just being creative, about sharing ideas, about touching people's lives, and also helping others in the best way I can. And the channel has always been about that, about helping people, and for me to express myself, to be creative. And at first I thought it was just a hobby, a pastime. I had a busy schedule. I work in the finance industry for many years. Very hectic environment where I have to work sometimes away from home for long periods of time, and hours on end, days on end, will not come back in 2 weeks to the house, spend time with my family, with my wife and my daughter. And of course, through all that, my family suffer, my wife suffer, my daughters suffer, and we suffer. Because we suffer emotional. Just because we have everything financially doesn't mean that there's an emotional restraints, emotional things that we have to deal with. And ultimately, I decided to kind of step back into that world, into a more probably closer to home type of job, which is totally different for me. And that meant to be in an office, also more to be more in an environment, in a desk, which is, I would say, it's a pleasant job because you're making some good money. I tell you this, I had a great career. I made a lot of money. That allowed me to do all kind of things, allowed me to travel, allowed me to have a lot of stuff, like material stuff, statues, and you have seen a lot of my stuff here, which is not something that you can simply get in a garage sale. You have to really purchase, and it's expensive. But it allowed me to have those things, but not necessarily the freedom. And I'm talking about freedom. You perhaps have some financial freedom, but you don't have emotional freedom. The financial freedom, it's kind of iffy because, technically in order to live large in this world, in the world we live in, technically you have to live in debt. You want the biggest house, you have to have, a mortgage. You have to pay the mortgage for many, many years. That's the reason I don't live in a big house. And this house is smaller than what we had before, which is fine. I'm good with that because it really has taught me lessons about what's really important, the livable space. And that's something that I always tell people, even when they're doing their collections and we're going through collecting, remember that space is valuable. And sometimes you have to just live within your means. And, not sometimes, all the time, you have to learn to live within your means. And all of those things are important. So, I started deciding, I was going on that route, and ultimately I came to the conclusion that creating stuff, doing this, is something that I love very deeply more than anything else. And it's not just as a hobby. I see it as an opportunity. I see it as a, something that I can do for the rest of my life, and where I can be more creative. I can grow as a person and also really give all my talents and learn from the process, because everything is a learning process. The person that sculpts, doesn't, become a great sculptor of the world just, one day. It's a process. You have to go through that training. You have to learn in the process. The person that draws comics didn't just learn to draw comics just like that. They wasn't born like a genius, like I would say Jim Lee. Even Jim Lee has improved over time. But you have to go through the process, and it takes sacrifice. Even when you read the story of Jim Lee, he left college in order to pursue his dream for a year, in order to make it, in pretty much in the comics industry. And it was a sacrifice. Everything's a sacrifice. I'm going through that right now with this, creating a channel. And what I feel is that a lot of people don't see what we do here on YouTube, what YouTubers do here, as a job. They think, well, it's, they talk about e-begging. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because, as you know, recently I had a video where I asked people to donate to, through Patreon, to support this channel in any way possible, whether it's going through the affiliate links, whether it's, going through, GoFundMe, or send, PayPal, whatever. I never have put a gun in somebody's head to say, give me money. That's not the point. Have never tell people I'm going to die, I'm going to have cancer, and I'm going to die if you don't pay me for what I'm doing. That's not the point. I'm asking people for support. That's all I'm doing. But some idiots decided to come to my channel and, leave some nasty remarks saying, well, why don't you just, if I give you money, you go away, or, like you're begging for money. That's pitiful. That's sad. And then I'm looking at this guys. Whatever, I responded to them and they decide to dislike my videos, whatever. I don't care. I really don't care at this point, because to be honest with you, the bottom line is this: you dislike my videos, it brings more views to my channel. The more people, more views you get into my videos, definitely I get more views. That means that I get more ad revenue, which is more benefit for me. So yeah, dislike my videos, come to my videos, make it viral if you want to, by hating my stuff. Doesn't matter. The reason why I want to talk about it right now, because I need to get out of my chest, because it really bothers me when people decide to go in this stupid crusade of trying to shame people because what their own perception of the people is, or because they are dissatisfied with their lives, because they don't have a life, because they don't understand the meaning of work. Because the truth of the matter, people that think that being on YouTube is, oh, it's easy, you just put on the camera and it's a show and it's done. No, it is a lot of work. It takes hours. I'm telling you what, I didn't know how much work was involved into creating content, not only for my YouTube channel, but also for my podcast. And, getting this content on a daily basis, sometimes a couple of videos a day, and still working on the podcast, it's a lot of work. It puts a lot of hours. I put more hours into what I'm doing right now that I did when I was working a full-time job on the business that I was prior to this. And I was making a lot of money, but I was coming home and still was dissatisfied with my life. But now I'm doing something that I'm really satisfied with my life, which is a business opportunity, because I say that's a business opportunity. I didn't go to business school just for nothing. I see this, as an opportunity to build, not only just for me to create content and say people send me money, because it's not the only way I get support. I get more views, I get more ad revenue. There's a lot of different streams of revenue that come to this channel, what I'm doing, not only through ad revenue, but also through affiliate links, but also through sponsorships, and also through Patreon or whatever. There's many ways, and I'm just setting the foundation to get this stuff done. Now I'm going through this people that are making this post, and I look at the channel. They don't have a video. They don't know what it entails to create content in this channel. They don't know what it entails to work on YouTube. Some may have a video, something that they did like 7 years ago, where they were playing some game, a really bad recorded game. When I go back and look at my first videos, I could say, man, they were terrible. But in 7 years, I have grown as a person, where my videos are the way they are right now. I'm filming in 4K. I'm editing my videos. I'm editing my thumbnails. I'm doing all kinds of stuff. I edited the soundtrack. I doing stuff, putting things together, things that I didn't know how to do 7 years ago. I have grown as a person, while some people is still fed up, upset, because they still flipping burgers at Burger King. I'm sorry. I'm going to be honest with you, and I don't care if some people are going to dislike this video and hate me for being honest. Doesn't matter. I don't care, because the bottom line is that I'm doing what I love, what I really feel in my heart to do, what is something that is innate in me, and it feels natural to me. something that I care about. You can call me an e-beggar. You can call whatever you want to do. And I see all these people going in this video, so I'm talking about e-begging. So you need to find a job. It's like, this is a job. This is a business, and any business is a job. You know, I can tell you one thing. I didn't jump into this without not knowing where I was getting into. I didn't jump into this because I didn't know how to work. I have worked all my life. I'm a workaholic. You know, I put in this world, when I wake up in the morning, first thing I do, what am I supposed to do today with this? You know, what kind of videos, what kind of podcasts, what I need to talk about, what kind of content, how can I embellish my videos, how can I make it more interesting? And I get to work. First thing I do in the morning, sometimes I don't even eat breakfast. I just get to work. Put in the work, following the stuff, getting all the information, putting all together. That takes hours and hours and hours. And I'm told sometimes I'm working past midnight, and I'm still working on my stuff because I want the best product possible. And I'm still not satisfied with the product. I'm telling you, I didn't jump into this not knowing when I was getting into. And I didn't do it just not having the money for it, because I had the money, have the savings. And the reason I'm making it through right now throughout this year is because it's smart enough to put the money aside to, you know, to really save money just to prepare for this, because this is what I wanted to do. I furlough my heart, and to me, this is an investment. It is an investment of my time, of my money, and everything I have. Whether it fails, whether it makes it, or whether it's not, you know, whether it's good or not. People say, why don't you sell your stuff? Well, what do you think I have done in the past? I have done a lot of stuff, genius. You know, I know what I'm doing. You know, I'm not going to take lessons from somebody that lives in a third world country. You know, and I live in a third world country. You know, I was born in a third world country. You know, that they're kind of to tell me how to do something where they don't even know how to put a proper picture on their profile on YouTube. If you don't even know how to upload a photo to your profile, then don't come and talk to me about how to do things right, because you don't get things right. And when you go to this, you know, all they're doing is stupid comments, and people come all the time and asking, why do you do this? Why you do that? You know, I don't do certain things because, first of all, I don't want to. First of all, because I know it requires an investment. Everything you do in this channel requires an investment. Review and stuff requires an investment. So I have to create content that is conducive and also brings more people in, so I'm able to produce more content. Like, if people would say, well, JP, I want you to stuck with one thing. You know, why don't you just do statues? Why don't you just simply, you know, do, you know, comics? Why don't you do? Well, because everything requires an investment. You know, Marvel and DC are not sending me comics for me to review. So that means that I have to pay for them. You know, how I'm going to pay for them? You know, it requires investment. You know, yes, before I have the money, but I didn't have time to do the videos. Now I have the time to do the videos. I might not have the money to buy extra stuff. And people come and tell me, well, you know, you should buy this because it's cheap, and, you know, you should review it. And in my mind, I'm thinking, well, if it's so cheap, why don't you buy it? And then you review it. You make your own video, and then I can watch your video. Then I know if it's good or not. This is the thing. People are so dependent on what we do, you know, as YouTubers. People come to YouTube. This is the part where sometimes people don't understand. People come to YouTube for all sorts of things. I do. We all do. You know, we want free stuff. We want, you know, free knowledge. I'm not saying free stuff, but free knowledge. We want, you know, how to do this, and we go to YouTube and watch somebody doing it. But that person make the effort to create that content just to put it there for you to watch it. No different than, you know, when you watch television. You know, somebody has to get paid to get the job done. This is the problem we have today in this society. We live in a society of the, you know, of the hand me, you know, everything you have, of the pretty much the freeloader mentality. We live in a freeloading mentality. And I'm not saying because I'm, you know, saying that people that are asked for help are freeloaders. They're not. They're asking for help. You know, it takes a lot of sacrifice to ask for help. It really took me a while to say, you know, I need help. You know, it really requires, you know, bravery. And also you have to eat your own pride and accept that you cannot do things alone. You know, you cannot do things what you do alone. You need support. You need the community to support you to get to the place where you can feel comfortable to say, you know what, now I can get this done. And this requires time and they require effort. But this is my purpose. It's just to, you know, get to a place where I feel totally comfortable. I'm more comfortable so I can do the things that I really want to do with this channel, you know, to expand it in an even more, you know, in a bigger way. And something that I've always wanted to do in this channel, and, you know, it requires time, is to support people, you know, in the sense of, you know, support new creators, you know, to, you know, emphasize their work. interviews, with artists, with comic book artists, the newcomers, with people that do the work, people that are working, trying to build their own businesses through what they do, through their different art, because it's all about the art, in my opinion, and helping people to achieve their goals. Now, some people never gonna get it, and that's the bottom line. I understand that, and I'm making this video just to kind of express it, express myself, how I feel about it. Whether people accept it or not, I'm not here. I don't owe anything to anyone. I don't owe anything to nobody. If people help me, they give me $1 or $2, thank you very much. I appreciate your support. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. Nobody's forcing you to do it. I'm not coming to your home at 6 a.m. in the morning, knocking at the door, kicking at the door, and, putting a gun in your head and telling you need to give money. I understand. You're upset because they're asking you money because probably you don't even have money. Well, you know what? If you at least try to follow your dreams, you might make the money instead of being dissatisfied with your life. I'm following the route where I feel that I can make the most in my life. Whether it brings me a lot of money, because believe me, I have money in my hands. I have run businesses. I have done all kind of things. But this is something that I feel that is touching my heart, where I feel that there is growth for me emotionally, spiritually, and I feel that there's an opportunity for me to be closer to what I really is in my heart, which is my family, my friends, and also touching people's lives and helping people achieve their goals. If that's not something that is up to you, if you feel that that's not what you want, then just by all means, get lost, get lost, because you're not part of this community. You're not part of this group. You're not part of the people that really understand what I'm trying to accomplish. So might as well just find yourself a place where you can be dissatisfied with people that feel like you, and all they do is talk smack about others, because they're completely dissatisfied and because they're disgruntled and they're jealous of other people's success, and that other people at least are trying what they are afraid to do, and that's the thing. Fear can hold you down, and the problem with a lot of people is that they are afraid, and that's the reason why the world is messed up, because people are afraid. They have the sheep mentality and they follow the sheep. They follow whoever tells them where to go, and they do whatever. But the world is more than the sheep mentality than getting up at 6 a.m. in the morning to go and kiss somebody's butt, to get, meagerly paid. When you can actually, get up in the morning and do what you love, and maybe you can become, the next best thing. How you think iPod was created, Apple was created, or Microsoft was created? Somebody get up in the morning and say, you know what, I'm going to be different. I'm going to do something that might be against the mindset of everyone else. It might go against all the laws of society, or all the, predisposed mentality of people, and I'm going to just be different. And you know what? They change the world, and they're constantly doing it. So, like people in YouTube, a lot of creators in YouTube, they're also changing the world, in different things, in different aspects of what they do in YouTube. There's all kind of things. There's all kind of niche groups in this, in creators in this community, which is very large worldwide. And they're all bringing something to the table for someone. It's not for you, but it's for someone. Just because you don't get enriched by it, just because you don't accept it, doesn't mean that somebody else doesn't. So what somebody else considers junk, somebody else considers treasure. So, this is the thing, you might be sour because of what I do. Be sour, and I'm going to be honest, and I'm just saying it now, and I'm going to finish this video like this. If you want to be sour, be sour. I don't have a problem with that. But get lost. If you don't feel like this is what you want to watch, you don't have to. The longer you stay watching my videos, the more I get paid for it, and the more you're happy you're going to be. And I'm still going to ask people to support, whether you like it or not. So once again, I want to say to my supporters, to my true supporters, to the people that have been there for me, the people, and I don't mean the people that have given me money, because, nobody really has given me money, but the people that have been there for me since day one, my true friends, the people that have watched my videos from the beginning, they have followed me through everything, through my failures, through my bad, film videos, through my shaky camera videos, the people that have been here the longest and that have been always very supportive and always giving kind words to say you can do it, you can do it. I would say thank you. I owe you a lot, I owe you, to dream, and my prayers always, that's the reason I always say at the end of my videos, God bless you. My prayer is that you become, what you dream to become, that everything comes good to you, everything that you plan, because if it's through you that I've been able to believe in myself that this is possible, there's a possibility there. Whether it works out or not, I'm very happy because I'm doing something in my heart that I've been wanting wanted to do for so long. So thank you, my friends. Take care and God bless you. I'll talk to you again. Bye-bye.